this year?
Well, Danny's, the young man you love to coach because he's tough. He comes every day to work. First thing you say, Brian, there was one day he was throwing up out there and he just kept practicing. He's got that football mentality. He needs to improve his athletic ability. It has to be improvement in technique. But he's really just a freshman. He's a redshirt freshman. So again, he's a rough and tumble guy that I think will definitely, be a player.
Coach, when you look at Kentucky, I guess how much your guys have to pay attention to who's on the field at quarterback?
Well, you do. It's first thing on our tip sheet, who's in at quarterback, because obviously they lean heavily and two's in there. So if 11's in there, it's a little different situation. So that it's important for them to know. Obviously, all the quarterback runs, those type of things that are featured, they need to know what's coming.
As a coach, having something like that where they're pretty indiscreet of when they put those guys in, do you have to be aware of your package that's in or your personnel that's in at all, or just kind of, hey, that's on them, that's out there?
No, I think it's on them, and obviously I think that's something that's easily identifiable, and that's something that they're really locked into. Then it gets into the FBI, the football intelligence, of knowing where's the back at, those type things. So it's knowing the quarterback's the easy one. Then it's ID in the back, the depth of the back, splits of the O-line, the eye contact, so all those things. So.
But when you look at your guys kind of moving forward, you have maybe 4 senior starters, a couple other senior starters. So what about the younger guys? Who are some of the guys you're looking forward to coaching again, and I guess what are you looking forward to the next step once you get those guys back in spring?
Yeah, well, there's guys like O'Brien that have got a lot of work, Clark, Jordan Williams. So there is a level of guys that have played a lot of football this year. Obviously, you're hoping they lead the way. Then you've got the freshmen, majority of them who are redshirted, still in the developmental stage. How fast will that be? And then obviously, then you have the incoming class. So, to be honest, it's a really exciting time. To get all these guys in here. Can't wait to get to work with them.
And specifically, Jason Carr, he's obviously one of the bigger guys, stature-wise. What's his next kind of step? He obviously wasn't able to play as much.
Jason Carr needs to be able to dominate because he has great athletic ability. He needs to develop his strength levels, and he needs to learn to strain and play hard and do all those things that, comes hard for a big guy. And you got away with so many things in high school that you don't get away with in college. You're still learning that lesson.
Just how important is that spring and summer between your freshman and sophomore year, now that you've got you kind of understand what SEC football's like?
Yeah, I know a couple of guys, Carr, Miller, have played some but not a lot. To me, it's still money in the bank because they've been on the field against SEC teams. They've traveled. They've done all these things. So they have some, the expectations are higher for them because they're farther up the ladder.
What's next for Corey Perrine? I know he's shown a lot of promise at times. Does he need to continue to develop in some areas?
He needs to become an every down player. Right now he's a pass rush down player. He's a true freshman. So as in the case with all those guys, he's played a ton, but it's a matter now of getting in the weight room, getting the strength level and the technique where he can play over a 325-pound man on first down.